Hello and good morning and welcome, pool fans. Thanks for joining us. We're here in Slovenia for the Predator European Championship Juniors. And after last night's incredible scenes where we've seen 3 10-ball gold champions crowned, Linnea Hjelstrom from Sweden winning in the girls. But the big story was the double gold in Lithuanian under-17 and under-19 boys. What a phenomenal match. Especially the Azulas Todorovičius against Max Benko 6-5. If you didn't watch that match, I would definitely encourage you to go and watch that online. What a final 2 frames with Max Benko missing the 10-ball to win, and then the young Lithuanian player taking out a phenomenal run out in the last rack. Exciting stuff. Always brings drama, but now we move our attention to the 8-ball division for today and tomorrow, working towards the final tomorrow. This match we have Markus Schlendler from Austria versus Alessandro Hibla from Germany. My name is Graham Hickman and I'll be talking you through the match and all its fun and exciting shots. First match of the day, so an early one for these players, but they will be used to all the matches by now. We have shot clock in operation. Players have 35 seconds and a 25-second extension with a 1-minute shot clock from the break. And we have an alternate break format as well, so interesting stuff. Waste to 7. This is a winners round match, a winners qualification match, so looking to get into the single elimination phase. First chance falls to Hibla. Does have a problem with the 8-ball, but he does have a stripe quite close to the 8 that could open something as an opportunity. Maybe he's trying to get there now. He's pretty good, and because he has that 9-ball over the side, I'm wondering if he can. He might be a little bit too much angle, but if he can make contact with the 8-ball, it's probably worth taking it now. Not sure if he can draw into it and try and get this cue ball out. Yeah, it's not bad. He has a choice with the stripe on the left rail or the right rail. I think the 9-ball's a little bit too thin, but he does have a good connector with the stripe on the right side of the table to get on the 8 or the 9-ball, so good first chance here. Oh, he's played this nice. He's a bit straight, but it's still okay. He just needs to find the gap. He can just roll this forward. He's decided to come back, so preferred the safety option. Might have a little bit further on the one down the rail, but where the 8-ball is, doesn't have to do a great deal with it, so you just drop this in. Oh yeah, it's absolutely perfect. So a good opening rack here from Hibla. Managed to open the 8-ball and take out the pattern pretty well. Yeah, solid stuff. Punches the black in there. Great start. So yeah, so today we'll have all 8-ball and tomorrow. And there you see, we actually have on the other table, we have Jonas Bigel from Austria against the person I just called out, the under-17 10-ball champion from last night, Todorovičius. Absolutely incredible. The last 3 balls that he did pot to win on Hill was just outstanding, so much so that he fell to the floor in relief. Definitely worth watching that one back. Have to feel for Max Benko. He was going for double gold after winning last year, but did miss the 10-ball to win in the previous rack. but he's still got silver, and he won the 14 in one straight division, so he's doing pretty well. So a big break there from Hibla. Quite a nice split. Not sure if he can pot the 2-ball solids if he wanted to take that as an option, but I think stripes here are going to be the order of play. They're all potable. Even the stripe down the bottom next to the orange 5 does go in the bottom corner, I think. And he's got a pretty okay opener. There you see. 9-ball looks tight, but that's a choice of a few stripes here. Well, this bottom one doesn't go, I think, past the orange 5, so it does go on the top left. So he's trying to open that straight away. That's a pretty good shot. He will have to play a longer one, I think, to keep this run out going. Yeah, he's just looking there, probably play the 11, maybe stop shot. He's just cued across that a little bit. Be a bit frustrated there. He'd done the hard work to open his problem ball, and because he's opened the problem ball, he's helped Schlendler here with the 5-ball now being solved as well. So well, that little cluster of solids where the 1-ball is, they do both go in the side. Would have liked to have been a little bit straighter here. Not sure if he can hold it. If he can just get the cue ball on the rail, take the 3-ball in the side, maybe just enough. So depending on his angle, he might have to could go forward, or he can come back. Pretty close. Well, Hibla moving out of his potting line there. I think he might have just been better to stay in his seat, but trying to be professional and move out the way of his opponent's eye line if he felt it was blocking or putting him off. So this is a tricky one now. He's bridging over this position. Well, yeah, a little bit. It all kind of came from not being straight on that one down the rail to get on the 3. So the 8-ball is a little bit of a puzzle. However, he does have plenty of options to maneuver the cue ball. I think the one in the side, the 15, I think that could be his last ball. Take the 15 in the side and come down next to the 1-ball for the 8 in the bottom left. So he just needs to clear some of this traffic. Doesn't want to be on top of that 12. Well, there you see the angle. It's not ideal. You might have to play this with a little bit of pace to come back down table. Oh, no problem. He's played that well. So that looks like the route he's taking. Get rid of these 2 balls, and he's got a choice. He can go forward off the top rail and the long rail and come down table. He might have to play that. I don't know if the draw shot might not be on, depending if he can come close to the middle pocket. Yeah, that looks a bit thin for me. Don't know if he can hold this for the 8. He's going to have to play this pretty soft. Sometimes the angle can be a little bit deceiving. But yeah, looking at that angle, that looks very thin. Yeah, can he hold for the 8-ball? He might have to come and play a thinner 8. He's trying to check it. Yeah, I'm not sure what he was... I don't know what he was trying to do there. I don't think playing the 8 into the pocket where the 1 ball is and trying to pot them both was the option, so bit of a mistake there. He might have been better going a bit higher off the top rail and back down, but yeah, deciding to play a bit of a safety shot. You would have loved that cue ball to be on the top rail. Hasn't left it straight forward, but there is a chance for Marcus here. He's just got to go full-blooded for this 4 ball. I mean, it's very risky just to drop it in and come around the 5. I don't know if he can avoid the 5 that way. Otherwise, he might just have to go for the kind of stun into the 5 and hope that he gets a shot on it. If he can avoid the 5 when he drops this 4 ball in, then he can come round the back, so he might be okay. Yeah, I'm half wondering if that's why he ended up hitting it thin, because he was trying to avoid the 5. So the safety shot worked out for Hibbler. Takes 2-0 lead in this race to 7. And it's important to get off to a good start in these matches. And that's just what he's done. On the other table, the young Lithuanian is 1-0 down to the Austrian. Both those tables being streamed. Watch them both on the Pro Billiards YouTube channel. I'm covering this one, and my good friend Tim de Ruyter is doing commentary on the other match. So you can join and listen wherever you prefer. So looking for a good solid hit here, trying to get them 2 balls into the side pockets, just below the head ball. Didn't get the ones intended, but he did get one on the side. And that's a pretty good split. First glance, stripes are looking much more preferable, but does he have an opener? Don't think he does. Might be forced into looking at solids, which are not ideal. Yeah, and because solids aren't ideal, he might have to take a more difficult stripe. Just have one in the top left corner. Does he have a kick shot on the one in the top right corner? No, he's eyeing up the one in the top left. This is definitely missable, but if he makes it, there are a couple of stripes over the pockets as insurance, so just go full committed for the pot. Might even go around and bump the 12 ball here, depending on how he pots it, if he does pot it. Yeah, he just missed the 12, but that was a nice smooth pot. He's now got a chance to make something happen here. So he's taking these pretty well. Just one or two more shots to get good position. If the 9 goes past the 5, that would be ideal. But he might have a little bit of handbag cueing there. Just where the 8 ball is, that 10 ball is perfect to get on the 8. So if he could take the 9 now, it would be probably favourable. Just keep the cue ball somewhere around that right side of the table for the 1 in the bottom left. Maybe stunning between the black and 10 ball. Yeah, that's really good. And this lines up nice. You can just play a stop shot if he's straight. Don't think he really needs to move the cue ball too much. Yeah, there you see it too. Just punch this in. Even draw it a little bit, so perfect. And that's nice in 8 ball. I think when you have a good connector, good connecting last ball for the 8, you do the hard work in preparation. Oh man, for getting down to the 8 ball. So a stop shot here, and he should be okay. Not queuing between the 4, not queuing over the 4. Sorry. He decided to draw it down, so might be stretching a little bit here over the 2. I thought stop shot might have been a little bit easier in terms of potting, but he's taking these very well. Nicely done. I think that first shot was the key one. Yes, he had to pot the rest, but that wasn't an easy opener. And instead of taking the easy solids and maybe going for a bit of a more trickier run out, he took a trickier pot for maybe a more streamlined run out. And there we see table 2 in operation as well. We have plenty of matches for you today. A mix of under 19s, under 17s and girls, depending on how all the schedules line up. But it will be all 8 ball today. We still have the 9 ball to come, and the teams finals as well, which will be towards the end of the championship on the Tuesday. So he hit them pretty well, didn't make a ball. Cue balls came all the way back up table. I think he does have a couple of options. He's got the 2 ball in the side, which is a bit more tricky because it's kind of straight. He does have a stripe in the side, which looks a little bit more favourable. Just depends how he feels on the run out. At a quick glance, yeah, I think stripes just seem a little bit, again, more open. Of course, the solids are potable, but I think that 4 ball and 2 ball are not ideal. And there's a little bit of a cluster, as you see down there next to the orange 5 and the 12 ball. So let's see what he takes. He might be taking the 2. Yes, that was a much more difficult opener, and he's trying to get on the 4 ball straight away, maybe. The 4 might go past the 9 in the corner. He's just checking, so if it does, that's okay. He could choose to play the 3 now and get rid of that problem. Yeah, kind of some good options here. You might even play just a little bump, keep the cue ball where it is, because you have that down the table. Yeah, he had that solid down table to his insurance, but he misjudged that by a bit of a way. And because he's played that 3 ball, he's already opened another potential problem, and now these stripes are looking quite nice. The 8 ball does go into both centre pockets, so it's just about how he goes about his work. A 10 ball needs a little bit of care. It does go in the top left and the bottom right. I'd love to get on that one sooner rather than later, unless he leaves that towards the end. Let's see which way he goes. How's the pace? What's he played here? I'm not sure he played. This could be tricky because he is a left-handed player. Might have to use the rest for this one, unless he can reach it. He's quite a tall player. Can he play the one down the rail even? I don't know if he can. So he's putting his extension on, so maybe he can stretch and reach this with his extension. You can see he's got lots of cue there from his bridge hand, and he's missed it. Played that a little bit fast for me. It was quite an important shot, and he was stretching. His bridge hand was almost halfway down his cue. Maybe just needed a little bit of care there. He had a good chance to take a 3-1 lead. But he's gifted Marcus a chance back here. Deciding to take his more difficult one ball first. Plays it well. A great chance he had to get level on 2-2. Because Hibbler has removed a little bit of the traffic on the table. Just gives him a little bit more open space to play with. Yeah, it was a good shot because he can play this 4-ball. Definitely will be taking this now because he's perfect on it. You can just pull this back, probably for the solid in the side. Yeah, it's okay. And he can probably stun down for the one on the bottom short rail, leaving the one in the centre for the end. So we're down for the 6-ball here. Could do with the bounce, doesn't want loads of angle. Yeah, this just changes his plan a little bit because I don't know if he can hold this. Can be a bit deceiving, but if he can, then he's okay. If not, he might have to run the cue ball, maybe in between the 8-ball to play the 5 in the bottom left. Wow, what's he done here? Needed to come inside the 8-ball there, I think, instead of risking going above. All came down to that position on the 6-ball. He didn't want that much angle, which made him have to go up table. A bit of a mistake there. He's called it in the side, but this is very tricky. Yeah, I'd be annoyed there. Two pretty okay chances, especially that last one to level this match at 2-2. I think Hibbler will be more than delighted to come back to the table here. Don't think he expected to come back, let alone have ball in hand. So he's stretching again here. Be interesting to see if he gives this one a little bit more care. Needs a bit of finessing this to come back. Yeah, he took just a little bit longer there. And he's nice on this now. If he does pull this back above, he will have an angle on the 10 that's running away. Kind of maybe want to go forward here. And he snook at himself, I think. That was the danger with the stun run through. You had to make sure you give it enough. Coming back, I think he was never going to snooker himself, but a couple of careless mistakes by both players in this rack. This jump is definitely makeable. In terms of difficulty, it's probably on the more common potable side. Oh, I'm surprised he missed that. It looked pretty straight. If there was a jump shot I thought he would make, it would have been that one. Yeah, so this 5 is thin into the side. I think if that's the way he's going to go, I mean, he could bank it. Or he could go for the thin one. All depends on player preference. Thin, the cut into the side is very thin. I do feel he has to take something on though. Yeah, he's calling a bank. Maybe with an element of safety up table, he's thinking. He will have a harder 8-ball if he does make it. That's what he's tried, with a little bit of safety, but he's kind of finished nowhere. This 10 is cuttable. It's thin, but should be fine. The cue ball will stay up table. It's that thin. Maybe even in such a way that he could play the 8-ball in the right centre pocket 2 times across the table. Oh, he's caught it fat. Still made it though. That's worked out for the German, who somehow gets 3-1. Yeah, he'll be over the moon there. A few little mistakes from both players in that one. But these are big moments for these players. Everyone's trying to chase down the medals. But it is double elimination, so this is the first chance at qualifying for these players. They've made it through to this stage, so it's not go home yet, or out of the tournament, I should say, if one of them is to lose. But still plenty in this match left yet. It's first to 7, but it's still a bit of a lead. Let's see if Schlendler can get a good break going here. It was a good hit. Makes a ball, maybe 2. Makes 1 ball. And a pretty good split as well. Choices of solids and stripes, and both sets of balls seem to be workable. Maybe stripes again could be favoured, just because they're all kind of collected in that bottom part of the table. 2-ball does go in the side as well, so solids are an option. Just depends how he sees it. That's what we like about 8-ball. There's so many ways you can play the table. A lot of players can see it different, but there you see. So yeah, I do feel stripes are probably the most logical ball here. Just trying to take one of the ones that are maybe a little bit more, if I can say, in an awkward position out of all of the ones that are there. But I like his shot selection here. I'll play for this 10-ball. He does have to play off the short rail. Just depends which way he goes. It would be great if he could go up, kind of towards that 2-ball. Maybe give him a chance on the 9, or he's definitely going to play this up table anyway. So let's see how far he can get up table. He decided to go that side. Interesting shot selection there. I think if he goes a bit more to the left, he's got choices of stripes in the side. He had a chance of the 9 in the bottom left, so coming inside was much more risky in terms of options. I think that's maybe a little bit of a mistake there in terms of playing percentage. Well, he's still on a shot, but it's a lot more difficult than maybe it should have been. From this angle, it looks like he can squeeze something in the top right corner, maybe. Even off the solid. Could go off the... I think that's his shot. This might work out. He can play it rail first. It's a bit of a big pocket there with the 6-ball. Just make sure, even if you go thick into the rail, you should be okay. Wow, he hardly touched the 6, so good shot there. Managed to resolve that issue. Puff of the cheek, so maybe he's feeling it a little bit. So he needs to make a choice. Is he coming all the way up for the 12, or is he playing for the 9? Could be in between here. Yeah, he is. I kind of thought he might have gone a bit higher. Just means he's got to play a bit of a shot here. Maybe have to take the 9. The 12 doesn't look that inviting. It's a little bit thin, and he needs to control the cue ball. The 12 does go on the top right. So he could try to hold it somewhat, maybe even get close to the 5. Oh, he's played a brilliant shot there. He actually potted that 9 ball thick down the rail to try and maximize the angle of trying to hold it, and he's landed, well, pretty much ball in hand here with the 8 ball over the side. Yeah, nicely done. A few little bumps along the way, but he managed to find a solution for it. A couple of nice shots there to keep him at the table, and it's always nice when you can break and run and don't even let your opponent come to the table. Gets it back to 3 racks to 2. Now we move on to Hibbler's break. Table 2 there matches. You can see just over the left side. 2-2 there, but young Lithuanian 10 ball champion from last night, under 17s, is at the table. So not much in both of these matches at the moment. Yeah, he makes a ball this time. It's a pretty good hit. A little bit of congestion at the top side next to the break box. A little bit further down table, but all the balls are potable at first view anyway. So he decided on the solids and go around. It's a little bit in between here on this 1 ball and 5 ball. 2 ball and 5 ball. He would have liked to maybe go a little bit further for the 2. So he's definitely going to bump into something here. Cue ball's got away from him, but he's got the 6 as an insurance ball. The 3 in the side as well. I think the 6 is probably the shot here. Be nice if he can just pot this 6 ball and drift up past the center pocket for the 5 in the top right. That would be ideal. He's missed it though. A little bit quick there. Didn't get on the intended shot as well. Just looking, has he left the 10 ball? I think this 10 does go. And he's also got, I think, the 14 in the bottom right as well. So if he does play the 10, he will be bumping into his other stripe. So I don't think he wants to hit this too hard. We'll have the 9 as a backup. Yeah, that hasn't really worked out. Unless he's got a nice angle on this 40. Well, he does, so he could stun over. This might have worked out okay. The angle here, though, on the next shot is really important. Because it's a little bit low, I don't know if he can avoid contact with the solid. Not from this angle, so he's going to run through. He's probably going to have to play this with running right-hand spin. So he can take the cue ball off the short rail, up onto the long rail. Try and get that cue ball to move up table, but the 8 ball could come into play. Yeah, he was okay. Managed to get a shot. This is not straightforward. Would have been love to be able to get his cue onto a bit of a stun shot here. Might have to dig down a bit, yeah. Just needs to stay down on this. He will be on the 9. Doesn't want to get too much into it for that middle pocket. Just punch it off the reel. Needs a bounce. Yeah, it's not ideal. He's battling here. Where the 5 ball is, I don't know if he can just stun across to play his last stripe in the same pocket. Can he hold it? He might have to come under the 5. Depends if he can squeeze it and just hold it. Or can he get the other one first? Oh, he can. So that's a bonus. He can take the other one. Try and come back across. Didn't think he could get through there, so that's a... Oh, that was a good opportunity there. Bit more jabby. He must have been pretty straight on that. He's got the one in the side, so he's still okay here. He can play for all 3 balls here if he wants. Oh, Alessio, very quick there again. I mean, he was always guaranteed to be on one of the solids. That was a golden chance, really. Just sometimes seems to play them a bit quick. Even though it's pretty straightforward, there's never a guarantee. Especially how short these races can be sometimes. You just got to give it a little bit more. Wow. He got a bit of action on that, didn't he? So he's running up table. How much can he hold for the 8? When we see the full table view, we'll see what the angle's like, but can he hold it? Or does he have to run above the 8? He's going behind the solid here, I think. Can he get the 8 ball? I don't know if he can. Well, from that angle, looks like he might be able to just get it. He's got a jump cue in his hand, so he can't. Not full anyway. Wow, another missed chance there for Schlendler. And I think Hibbler has just again surprised you back at the table. Another chance is gone. Both players having chances, just it's who can take them. Just makes that one. Important shot selection here because the 8 ball is up on the top short rail, so he'd love to have a connecting ball up table. So I'd probably play this 4 ball next and then come back up table. That would be a smarter option potentially. Yeah, that's okay. You can still make that work. Yeah, so Hibbler takes a 4-2 lead, and both players have had quite some good chances, just not really being able to capitalise. It's clean, maybe a few uncharacteristic misses and a few hooks here or there. So players just taking a quick time out. You can see table 2 is still in operation. I'll just take a couple of minutes break as well with the players, and we will be back shortly when the match resumes. Back in a few moments. So welcome back, everyone. Player's back from his timeout. Marcus Schlendler just trying to recompose himself. 4-2 down, had a few chances. Same as Alessio Hibbler from Germany. Both players making a few mistakes, but the German coming out on top at the moment with a 2-rack lead. But Schlendler is breaking, and he did have a break and run last time. He'd love to do that again. That was a good hit. Makes the ball in the side. Solid over the corner. Both sets of balls looking very nice. I think solids because of the opening shot. 8 balls wide open as well, so solids are pretty okay here. Can roll this 7 ball in. all the way through and try and get rid of the 2 and the 4 and the 1 and the 5 all in one go. It's just about the 3 ball really. Where do you put the 3? Unless he's got angle on the 7 now, he could take it, but I kind of like playing for the 2 and the 4 now because they're just a little bit more awkward. Yeah, and the 2 does go on the bottom left. Can't take the 2 now anyway. It's a pretty good layout. Just checking if the 3 goes in the side. Not a bad idea, because you could play for the 3 after the 4 ball. So you're probably going to pop the 2 here. Just have another look, make sure he gets his line right. If that 3 does go on the side, that makes it even better, because then he can play the 4 ball, drop the 3 in the side to get on the 1, and then work his way from the 5 to the 6 ball, and probably take the 8 in the side. Oh, that tells me maybe the 3 doesn't go on the side from where it was. You could play a 3-6 combo, it's also an option. But he needs to make a decision now, because that will be probably the next ball coming up after the next one. So he's decided to play for the 5, but he's got a bit of hampered cueing. There's 3 balls all in a row, 4 even. Well, there you can see the angle. So if the 3 does go in the side, I'm very surprised he didn't play for that earlier when he had a perfect opportunity. But maybe he didn't like it. Let's see. That's a good angle. I don't think the 3 does go on the side. How's the pace? It's not good. So he's got a tricky position from the 6 to the 3. It's possible he could just pot the 6 ball and just drift up somewhere next to the right side of the 8. That could work. It's all about pace here. Got it done with a couple more rolls. He's left a little bit off angle here, going to the left. Don't know if he can hold it for the 8 ball in the bottom left. If not, he's going to have to play this just a little bit harder to get to the left side of the table. Well, he was pretty straight, so he could hold it, so that worked out pretty well. Had to change his path a little bit. He did want to take the 3 ball before the 6. He's taking these well. It's a nice break. 8 ball there, another break and run. Get himself back to 4-3. Hebla's break coming up. So just update on the other table. Azulas Todarovicius is now taking a 4-2 lead against Jonas Begel from Austria. So continuing his good run from last night, winning the 10 ball, trying to go deep in the 8 ball as well. Not sure where Marcus has gone. Maybe he's speaking to the referee, but he must be there because Alessio is breaking. Yeah, he was just maybe grabbing a drink, or grabbing his drink. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So a dry break there. So a chance for Marcus here to try and close this match again and get on level terms. It's a pretty good hit. A few solids next to the corners. I think that 10 ball is a bit of a problem on the stripes. I don't know if he can go for that now or take solids. Well, that was a great shot. That looked extremely tight. Deciding to take one of his maybe problem solid balls straight away. The 1 ball and the 2 ball is probably going to be his last 2 balls, so how he gets on them, you have to think about that. Try and keep this cue ball on the rail somewhat if you can. Well, he's decided to not go for the 6 there. I thought he could have held for that, even if it was thin. Just even if he drew down into the 10 ball or something, but he's now going to have to come back for that 6. He could take it now, but it's rather thin, thinner than he would have liked. Half tempted to go for the 6 ball and just go into the 9, maybe. He's looking at the 2 ball, maybe. He's probably thinking, yeah, I wonder if he's just able to get on this 1 ball in such a way where he feels he can take these out now. Yeah, because he had a good stop shot option or holding option for the 1, he's decided to take that now. And if he's got a little bit of angle on the 1, he might have to play for the 6 here. Just means that the last 2 balls to get on the 8 ball are a little bit further away. I don't know if he can play above the middle pocket here or get on the rail. Well, again, I think shot selection there has probably just caught him out because he had to go up for the 6 ball there, whereas I think he could have taken that 6 ball out earlier. So Epbf comes to the table with a number of problems. The 10 ball's a problem, but there's a good 9 ball to try and open that one up. It's this 11 ball and 12 ball is an issue. I wonder if he's thinking just to pot the 1 and play safe. That's what he's tried. I think he might have left the 5 ball though. If not, he'd be bending it. It does look like the most logical shot. Possibly does have a cushion first 6 ball as well, but the 5 is obviously closer to the corner. Wow. Actually thought that might have went even if you caught it fat. So now that safety shot has opened the table up. Yeah, because that bottom left corner pocket is now more wide open. You can just play this down table, and again he's got a choice of all 3 balls. And they're all pretty close to pocket, so just depends which way he wants to go. He's a very quick player, Hibbler, once the balls are there. Possibly has caught him out a couple of times, but just needs to give this one a little bit of care because this is the key shot. I think he's just a natural. Just drop this one in. Play for the 8 in the left centre. So yeah, picks up the pieces. It was a pretty good safety shot in the end. Forced his opponent to try and bend it. Was a half chance there, but a little bit self-inflicted from Schlendler because he did have the chance to run the rack, but just caught himself in a little bit of trouble. And then ended up missing that relatively straightforward one ball because he was focusing so much on trying to get position on the 6. Which, like I said, if that 6 had been removed earlier, possibly wouldn't have had to go that way. But it's always interesting when you look back on missed opportunities. It all sounds so simple, but when you're at the table, sometimes you just see it how you see it, and you have to go with what you feel. So no criticism, but it's 5-3. It's a pretty good hit. Gets a bonus ball in the side. And another pretty decent break. He's breaking pretty well, is Schlendler. Yeah, both sets of balls are okay, but solids do look more inviting. Just because maybe the 2 stripes just to the left of the blue 2 are a little bit just awkward, just above the orange 5. Yeah, I don't blame him going solids here. 5 ball needs a little bit of care because it's one of those shots where you're playing it in the center, but the cue ball is going to run away from where you need to be, so it's important it gets on the right angle. So I don't know if he can pot this 5 with right hand spin. He's looking this way, so is he going to play the 3 in the bottom left? Well, there you go, it does go. He's going to have to drop this in. Could be close to the rail. It's not bad. Get a good camera angle here. We'll see how he's lined up to get on these last 2 stripes. This solid, sorry. So it's a little bit off angle here. I don't know if the 6 ball will pot in the bottom left. It looks like it might if he just stunned it a little bit, but then that would mean he would bump into the other stripe as well. He might have no option but to play that. Yeah, so he's going to pot the 6 and bump into his last one. Well, it's interesting. Maybe from that angle he might be able just to play the 6 normal and not bump into it, and possibly play his last stripe solid, sorry, into the left corner. Yeah, left center. Yeah, that's what he's tried. Well, depends on his angle here. If he's running into the 10, that just changes it a little bit. He needs to be careful because he has snookered himself a couple of times, so it'd be great if he can just run straight past the 10. Don't know if he can. That's why he's maybe taking a little bit more time on it. That's why he just flicked it. Played it a little bit harder. That's okay. He played it at such a pace because he wasn't sure if he would catch it a little bit fuller. But he's taking these well. Some nice shots there just to fix a few problems. Gets it back to 1. 5-4. So the young Lithuanian player, as you see on the other side there, was able to win that match 6-2. So he moves on to the next round. Still nip and tuck in this one. Race to 7, remember. Scratch there. Gives a great chance to Marcus. A few stripe complications there. So solids again could be the choice. Ball in hand. So the 7 ball, I'm not saying it's a problem, but it's the one that needs probably the most care. Yeah, it's a pretty good shot, but he's probably going to have to use the rest here. Not sure if he can reach it. If he does choose the 1 down the rail, he's looking at the 2 ball maybe as an option. Yeah, he's putting the extension on his cue, so maybe he can just reach it. We have to run this forward for the 4 on the side maybe, unless he's drawing this back. Yeah, maybe he's thinking of playing the 2 next then. He had an opportunity just to roll that forward, play the 4 on the side and then the 2. But he prefers maybe the more difficult 2 ball shot. He has a plan in mind. So if he is playing the 2, then that tells me he's probably coming to the 4. So I don't think he can hold for the 7. Yeah, I'm not sure on which way he was going there. He was probably going to go 4, then back down for the 7. So chance for Hibbler here. It's all going to be about that 9 ball, which he could get down there now. He might even choose to go into the stripes straight away if he can. Looks like he's got a little bit of angle. It's just about what will he have after. I think that's why his option maybe going down first. Maybe the 12 does go. If not, he'll have to land a little bit lower on the 9. Try and get just above the line of the... Maybe the diamond. Middle diamond would possibly work. Yeah, he's going straight into them. He's missed it. He was trying to play into the other 2 stripes there. How's the angle? Well, is that a combination in the top? Wow, if that's a straight combination in the top corner, that's a big bonus. I don't think he even thought about that, but he might be forced into it. Oh wow, what a shot. What a bonus that is. I'm almost certain he didn't play the cannon on the 9 to leave that, so nice shot to keep it running. 8 ball is a little bit more blocked now, so he's going to have to come back down table for the 8 into probably the left centre pocket. It might go in the bottom right past the 2. Key shot here. Yeah, just lining up with his cue. Anywhere around there, just below the 10, would leave him quite a nice angle. Just some kind of stun draw shot just to keep it there. Yeah, he can make that work. He needs to make sure he gives it a little bit here. Even if he came all the way down next to the 2, he'd still be fine. If anything, you'd want to overhit this than underhit it. That's what he's done. He's overhit it by a way, but much prefer to be there because he can just drop this in. The solid should keep the cue ball from travelling too far. It's a little bit more of a cutback. Don't think the scratch is on. No, played it well. So maybe another missed opportunity there for Marcus. He's been breaking and playing solid. Just a couple of shots have cost him. We have to say maybe Alessio's just been picking up the pieces. Seems to be. He's just going to get a drink. Seems to be the chances have been coming more to Schlendler. Just hasn't really capitalised as much. But this match is not over yet, but he is on the hill. So Hibbler just needs one more to make it through to the single elimination stages. He's quickly back with a drink, so winner of this will move on to the last 32. The other player will go to the loser's side and try to qualify through the loser's qualification. So good break again. This looks like a nice split. Well, there's a problem on both sides. Solids and stripe. The 10 ball is blocking the 1. And the 6 ball is blocking the stripe on the rail, so he does have a connector from the 5 ball into the top right corner to get on the wall, on the 1 ball, sorry. He could even play that next. He could play the 3 or even the 4. That 5 ball running it up the top rail, getting on the 1 could be a good option. Well, he does have an angle on this 3 to go into the 1, but it's one of them shots where is it really needed? It might be, because he's got the angle now, he might just go for this into the 1 ball. He'd kind of like to catch it half ball, because then the cue ball would come back out and the 1 ball should be potable. That's exactly how he's hit it. And he has blocked the 5 ball a little bit. So he could take the 5 in the side. This might work out okay. He could take the 6 now, but he will have to take the 5 in the side. Then the 1, then the 2, then the 7. That could be a route. I'd love to get right behind this 5 ball. Yeah, that'll work. Can just roll this through and leave a nice shot on the 1 to come back across for the 2 ball. Yes, this worked out pretty well. All because that 3 ball shot to open the 1. He needs to make sure he just gives us a little bit of care because he wants to have a nice, ideally a nice angle to get the cue ball back up for the 8. Looks like he might have to play a bit of a draw shot. Maybe can he roll it forward and then play the topspin shot to come up middle table? It's maybe the better option. That's what he's looking at. I do prefer the topspin over the draw, just a little bit more control. He's a bit short there though. I think he might have to draw it now. Hard to tell. He might be able to squeeze a little bit out of it, but he doesn't want to force the 7 ball into the rail with too much pace, because it can miss. Might just have to go for a draw shot and try and bring it all the way back. Well, he is going forward, so it was pretty clean. He had plenty of space. Plenty of space, and he's perfect. So that's another run out there. Great finish in the end. Fixed his problem ball. Gets it back to 6-5. Well, we see a chance from Hibbler on his break, because he hasn't been able to get anything going from his break. He's just been hanging in from mistakes from Schindler, so he'd love to get a break and run himself here and close this match out. So he does have a chance. The solids are looking extremely good. All of them located perfectly around the centre part of the table. And look at that 4 ball. I mean, if there was a break to win the match, this would be what you're looking for as a pool player. Just try to work through these balls at the top of the table. Try and get nice on that 4 ball, but he might have to take it now. Oh, what's the pace like? He's going to have to go up table here, unless the 7 ball goes through. There's an option. You could take the 5 as well, but yeah, maybe the 2 is potable in the side as well. So he's playing in the bottom right corner first, keeping it simple, very smart. No need to go crazy. He's maybe overran that just a little bit. I don't know if he has to go all the way up the table or can he hold. I'd love to have just a nice easy roll in on the 2 ball for the 8. Might have to go up table and back down. How's the pace? Oh, that little flick might have helped him, you know. I think he was running a little bit heavy, but that flick just took a bit of pace off, and well, it's landed absolutely perfect. I think you can just roll this in, go forward a little bit. There you go, absolutely perfect. There's 8 ball to get through to the last 32. Yeah, what a time to get your first break and run. Well done there, Hibbler. Makes it through to the last 32, and Schindler had some chances but wasn't able to capitalise on them all. But that is it for this match, and the match is finished also on the other table. We will be back around 12:30 local time for winners qualification of under 17 and losers qualification for under 19. I've been Graham Hickman. Thanks for joining me. We'll be back soon. Bye for now.
So ist eh gut. Ja, so taug. Also, deswegen, ich sag mal, gestern auch